What's up, guys? Welcome back to Game Unlocks. And today I am here to do a pretty important video, at least that I feel is important, because people have been comparing Dragon Ball Fighter Z to the new Naruto game coming out, which is Naruto Boruto Shinobi Strikers. I think I got that name right. It's a pretty long name. So if I mess it up, then my bad. I'm sorry. There's only so much to do. And anyway, now, people have been comparing this game heavily for the past, I want to say, couple weeks, since both games have been announced. Now, in my opinion, this is a completely unfair comparison for three simple reasons. Now, this video isn't going to be long because there's not much to talk about with these two games because they're still in their early stages. Though both games are still pretty much in their baby stages. So, there's 3 points I want to talk about in regards to this quote unquote comparison between the two games because I don't find it fair at all. The main point, and I think it's the most obvious point, is gameplay. Now, when you look at Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Dragon Ball Fighter Z is obviously set up to be a competitive fighter. And I think it's the first Dragon Ball competitive fighter game that we've ever gotten, which I think is dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving the way the game looks, the way it looks like it plays. It looks way smooth. It looks just so juicy. Now, when you compare that to Shinobi Strikers, it's like it doesn't even make sense and to compare the two because Shinobi Strikers is obviously set up to be a more strategy-based game. It's not set up to be like the previous Storms, which even the previous Storm games those aren't competitive fighters. Like those are competitive button mashing games. That's what those are. Those aren't competitive fighters. But with this new Naruto game, it's obviously set up to be a more strategy-based games. And this is supported by all the various modes that's been showcased in the trailer for the new Naruto game. They've got fighter mode, which is with Naruto. I think it was Naruto, Pain, and Kakashi. Those are the fighters. There's long range, Sasuke, Itachi, and Conan. I think that's how you say her name, the Paper Girl and the Akatsuki. Those are the long range characters, the healers. Well, and here's some people have brought up. People's looking at the trailer like, I don't want to play as Sakura, even if it is just as a healer. Which I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with you on that one. I wouldn't want to play as Sakura either. But, I mean, like, I don't really have much to argue back on that. Except for the fact that you might be able to look forward to new characters to come that might be healers also, like Tsunade. I know not a lot of people are fans of Tsunade, but you got her to look forward to. She's probably gonna be in the game. And some more, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a couple more healers in the Naruto series that might come. Maybe Rin. I don't like Rin. I think she's a terrible character, but you got her. If there's some Rin fans out there, you got her. So what I'm saying is basically is that if you don't like Sakura, you got a couple more options, okay? If that makes it better. But I'll give it to you on that point. That, yeah, as far as the healing category goes, the options aren't really all that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing too special there. You got the other modes. Like there is this mode called Barrier Mode where you would fight these giant monster type things. Like there's Shukaku. Naruto was one of them you could fight. So I see that the possibility for that mode is you can probably have more of the Jinchurikis to fight, more of the tail beasts, like the 1 tails, 2 tails, and all of them. Maybe even the 10 tails. I don't know. Maybe you can even have some of the other large transformations, like the Susanos. They might be in the barrier mode as characters you can fight against. They might bring in, like, this is highly unlikely because I've never seen a past Naruto game do this. They might have, but I don't remember any of them doing this. They could bring in some movie villains, some of the bigger characters in the Naruto Blood Prison movie, that giant monster Naruto had to fight. It's highly unlikely. I know I'm stretching far with this. I understand this, but I'm just saying it could be a possibility because if you look at it, there's not many. At least I can't think of any right now. Many giant characters that they could have for that mode besides the tail beast and maybe the Susanos. Maybe the frogs. You could have them too, but not many choices. But I think there will be more choices because I think they know that just having just three, maybe even three large people to fight against is going to be kind of bland. So I'm pretty sure they'll add more characters to it, and I think it'd be a good idea to add some movie villains. Even though I don't. It's highly unlikely because I haven't seen a Naruto do that in the past, a Naruto game do that in the past. But I think it would be a great addition just to add more characters to that mode. Um, and all right, so moving on to the second point. Wait, before I go to the second point, so yeah, to wrap up point one, that's why I don't think you can compare the two in terms of gameplay because they're fulfilling two completely different roles. One, which is Dragon Ball Fighters, is fulfilling the role of a competitive fighter game. The other one, which is Naruto Boruto Shinobi Strikers, is filling the role of a more strategy-based game. So you can't really compare the two in those terms. Alright, so moving on to point two, graphics. Now, what people have been saying is that Dragon Ball Fighter Z graphics are better, which better in general, I don't know. I will say I like Dragon Ball Fighter's graphics better, like way better than Shinobi Strikers. But here's my thing. With Dragon Ball Z Fighters or I think I'm saying that wrong too, but whatever. And Dragon Ball Fighter Z, the graphics looks really identical to the anime. Like that's true. Like there's even been videos put out doing a side by side comparison of the game and the anime, and they look pretty much identical. Like when Goku transforms in the game and Goku transforms in the anime, they look pretty similar, damn near identical. Which I agree. But here's the thing with Shinobi Strikers. With Shinobi Strikers, no, it doesn't look like the anime really, but it does look like the colored manga panels. I don't know how many of you, because I know a lot of people getting into Naruto now are fairly new viewers. They just got into the anime and then they moved on to Boruto. They didn't really stick around for the manga much. But in the manga, we will sometimes get these colored panels by Kishimoto. And that's exactly what Shinobi Strikers looks like. It looks like those colored panels. And I think it looks dope. I think it looks dope doing that. Pretty cool. Didn't see them taking that approach with it, but I think it's cool. But people have also been saying that it looks stiff, and I will agree. It does look pretty stiff. Hopefully they'll fix that when the game is out, because you got to remember both of these games are still in the early development stages. They are. So some of these issues you're having with them now, they most likely will be fixed when the game comes out. Now, I will say Shinobi Strikers graphics, they look more smoother than Shinobi Strikers. I will agree with you on that. So you can't compare the two in those terms, but you kind of can, you kind of can't, because the one is mainly based off the anime and one is based off mainly the manga. So obviously there's going to be a difference in between those two. Because obviously the anime, well, not in all cases, but in most cases the anime looks better than the manga. I would say in most cases, not in all cases, but most of them. But yeah, I'll give that one to Dragon Ball Z Fighters. In terms of characters and like the character roster, I don't see Dragon Ball Z Fighters or Dragon Ball Fighter Z having as large as a roster as the previous games. Let's say Raging Blast, any of the Raging Blast, or Xenoverse. Ugh, Xenoverse is bad, so bad. But Xenoverse, Raging Blast, Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi, I don't see it having as many characters as those games. The most characters I see Dragon Ball Fighter Z having is maybe 20 to 30 characters. I don't see it having that many characters at all as a competitive fighter. Now, I do see it having more Dragon Ball Super characters in there because, as we saw, Golden Frieza is in the game, so that pretty much opens the door for more super characters to be in the game. What I'm really hoping for is for more characters shown in the tournament of power that's going on right now. I want to see some of those characters in the game when it comes out, like Khalifa, KO, some of the characters from the other universes, all of them. I want to see them in the game. But most likely it won't be many of them. They'll probably just take out the more highlighted characters that in the tournament, like Hit, Jiren. He's most likely going to be in there when the game's finished. So, but other than that, I don't see it really having a big roster at all, in all honesty. When it comes to Dragon Ball Z Fighters, I mean, I just got finished with that. When it comes to Shinobi Strikers, I see it having a large roster just for the simple fact of how much diversity is in the games. It's in the game, how many different game modes it is. It just opens a wide range of possibilities for more characters to go in it. Seeing how this is a strategy based game, I can see different characters like Shikamaru being in there. A lot more of the Akatsuki members, I can see them being in there. A lot more of the characters from Orochimaru squad. I can see a lot more of the Kages. I can see them being in there. I can see a lot more characters being placed into this game just because of the wide range of modes this game brings. But in those regards, overall, I would say yes, it's not a very fair comparison at all. The only way you can really compare the two, and that's a huge maybe, is graphics and characters. That's it. And those are two huge maybes. In terms of gameplay, you can't compare the two. And I think we can all agree the gameplay is the main aspect of both of these games. Of Dragon Ball Z Fighters, Z, obviously because it's a competitive fighter, and Shinobi Strikers. Because although it's not a competitive fighter, it's a heavily strategic based game. And that's based off of its gameplay mechanics. So, but in those regards, you can't compare the two because they're completely different. Fill two completely different roles. But I'm out. Like the video if you liked it. So if you want to see more videos, leave in the comments how you comics. I'm stupid. Leave in the comment section how you feel. Do you feel like these two games can be compared? Do you feel like Shinobi Strikers is better than Fighter Z? Or do you feel like Fighter Z is better than Shinobi Strikers? In my personal opinion, I think Fighter Z is better as of right now. But I do think Shinobi Strikers is going to be a good game. Like, I'm actually looking forward to it. It doesn't look trash to me. I think it looks pretty good. But I do think that Fighter Z looks better. But that's just my personal opinion. Leave in the comment section how you feel. And if you do feel like the two games can be compared, list it. What do you mean? Do you mean the gameplay? Do you mean the graphics? Is there anything that I missed? Go ahead, put it in the comment section and let me know. And I'm out. Peace. Oh yeah, before I go check the description. Follow my Mixer, because I do live streams on there. I live stream GTA, Black Ops 3, The Walking Dead, because I'm getting into that. Season 2, Minecraft, and all that. So go ahead and follow me there. And I'm out. Peace.